everyone. So I just came back from the most amazing weekend of my life. I had an orientation with the other AFSers from Andalusia in a city called Cordoba this weekend. It's a really there's old parts of it. It's a place in Spain where there's a mosque, which is also a church. Long story short, when the Christians came and took over this mosque, they were going to tear it down, but the King of Spain said, no, it's too beautiful, just build your church inside the mosque. So they did. It was a lot of fun. I loved seeing all of the people who I haven't seen in a while. I met this girl who I've talked to and who I like. Her name is Michaela, and I swear to God, we were separated at birth. She is like my twin. We finished each other's sentences and everything. But all in all, it was a really fun time. I left Friday afternoon at like 5. I had to take a train into Malaga, which is the big city closest to me. And then I had to take a high-speed train, one of the trains that goes over like 300 miles an hour to Cordoba, which is like probably 125 kilometers away from Malaga. And like those trains, they go so fast. They're like, 300 miles an hour or something. So you get there in like an hour. When if you were going to take a bus, it would be like at least 3 hours or so. So that was really cool. It was cool to take that. And on Friday, here in Spain, we eat a lot later, so we eat at like 10. But so let's say I got to Cordoba around 8:30, and we like meet everybody, and we get to the hostel where we're staying, it was actually a really nice hostel. There's about 14 AFS kids who came from all over Andalusia, which is the province. I'm not sure where I'm staying that for my time in Spain. 14 kids, all really, great kids. Most are from America. There's 2 Japanese girls and 1 Turkish boy, and he's really nice. And so are the Japanese girls, and so is like all of the people from America, obviously. Everybody's really nice, and it's something so incredibly amazing is that like with these Japanese girls, I can actually like communicate with them, which is like crazy because when I just knew English and they just knew Japanese, like how are we supposed to communicate? And now we can. It's crazy. It's like mind blowing. But anyway, getting back to what we did is so we got there, probably got to the hostel around like 9, put our bags in our room, and then we went to go eat, there's like a little cafeteria in the hostel. It was fine. I ate a lot of potatoes. And then after, there's like a few more like stragglers coming in, and they eat, and after, we start doing this like activity where we just kind of like get refresh like names and like where we're from, and keep in mind this is all in Spanish. And I swear to God, in a blink of an eye, it's 1 a.m. I'm like, oh, okay, it's 1 a.m. and we are downstairs in the courtyard, just like chatting and talking to each other, and it was just crazy. It was like the time just like flew. It was like 9 when I looked at my watch, and then it was 1 a.m. and it was just crazy. It was really cool though. Then the next day we wake up like I want to say 8-ish. And we eat breakfast in the hostel, and then we have like a lot of like activities and energizers, and it's just to like like it's really like something just to. It's kind of like I think it's just kind of like a huge therapy session where everybody just gets to talk about their host families, what they like, what they dislike, what they have experienced, how hard it's been, how like easy it's been, if they are having really problems with anything, like friends, whatever, like anything really. And we try and speak in Spanish, but a lot of times it just turns into English because you're like thinking and you don't know that word, and then, oh, well, let me just say it in English. So a lot of it was in English, and actually the main person who was organizing this orientation, she's from New York, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I actually asked her how she ended up here, and she was actually an AFS exchange student to Argentina back whenever she did that in high school. And then she traveled Europe and just ended up staying. But it was really cool because she's a New Yorker like me. I mean, she's from the city. I'm not from the city, but uh, that's whatever. Um, so after you do like 4 hours of activities, you're pretty like drained. You're like, all right, finish talking about that. With like, you can always talk more. I feel when there's not like a volunteer, just because you're not that you're like hiding anything, but you're like you can't like really show like the raw emotion, you know what I mean? Like when I talk with like my friends, like my AFS friends, I'm cursing all the time, like dropping the F bomb, and I can't really do that in an orientation. But it was after that 4 hour period of just talking, it was really cool. I actually realized something about myself. It's like I'm like a completely changed person from even when I left in August. And that sounds like really like cliche and corny, but like I'm so much more outgoing than I was even like this summer. Like I was always like the kid when, you're sitting in a big group of people, not like a big group, but like a group of people, just kind of like sit back and listen. But like this time I was like pretty much like the life of the party, which was kind of like, it was different and it was cool and it was like exciting for me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I was just really excited to see people and speak English like with Americans. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. But so after that, what did we do? Oh, we had lunch and then we had a break or something. I don't know. We started like the little therapy session at like 11ish and then went, yeah, that makes about sense. So we had lunch at like 1:30ish, and then we had free time until like 4? 4. So me and like it was at the beginning, it was me and like a pretty big group. It was me, my friend Michaela, Katie, Solomon. These are all AFS kids. Oljan, and he's a Turkish kid, and like nobody can pronounce his name except for me. First try, yeah. Like kind of like a big group, and then me and my friend Katie, the one that I told you. Sorry, Katie. I'm thinking about my Katie Bento, but that's a side fact. Me and my friend Michaela, we kind of like wandered off on our own and went shopping, and I bought these earrings, which are exciting and big and loud, and I'm Spanish, and I love them. And we bought candy because we were both like the night before. There's like this vending machine, and we were trying to get it to work so we could get like chocolate, but it wasn't working. And we were having like major chocolate cravings. And long story short, we went and we bought chocolate, and it was fabulous. And then later we went and we toured the mosque. And keep in mind, I will post pictures, but I might not be able to get to that until later on this week. So there's pictures of the mosque, which was like incredible, and the church, which is like, I'm not religious, but it was incredible to walk in and just think about like, wow, like some important people were like sitting on this bench. Like now I'm looking at it, or there's some old like pillars or something, and it's just like craziness. It was really cool. And after that, and when we were in the mosque, there was this guy who was an AFS Spain person, and he was telling us, all the important places and things in the mosque and all the important details, and he had these two people who are, I guess, maybe they were returnees or they were just volunteers, and they were like kids our age. Well, the guy, he was younger than us, and the girl was about our age. Oh my gosh. And they were just kind of like with us when we were in the mosque, and then after we went back to the hostel, and we had more like therapy. I mean, it's not really therapy, but it's therapy. And we then later after that, we were gonna go out to dinner and then like go out after. So like nobody told me this, and I didn't have anything like really to wear, but I look cute anyway. I always look cute. And we went out, and the kids that went to the mosque with us, who were volunteers with AFS and like our age, they brought some of their friends, and so like we went out and we met like all these like new people in Cordoba, like who were our age, and it was really cool and fun and exciting and happy, and yeah. And then after we went out and stuff happened and it was a good night, and we ended up not getting back to the hostel until like 1:30ish, and then we yeah, and that's that. And then today it was kind of like bittersweet because, oh yay, like I'm waking up in Cordoba with all my friends, but oh no, I have to leave and blah blah blah. And I am so sorry. This is an 11.5-minute video. I didn't realize that. So if you got this far, congrats to you. But anyway, today was kind of like more the same, like talking about families and blah blah blah. And regardless, it was fun, and I'm so happy I went because on Friday, when I was like packing, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. This is gonna be so boring. Why are we going? Blah blah blah. But it turned out to be like one of the best like weekends I've had here. So thank you, AFS. Yeah. And now I think we're like planning like a camping trip going somewhere, and oh, here comes someone. Oh, my host dad.
Are you using Skype now?
No, I'm making a video. Now you're in it. Say hello.
Hi.
That's my host dad. That's my host dad. Yeah.
Don't switch on Skype, please. Okay.
I will not switch on Skype.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that was my host dad. You met him now. Yeah. So that was my weekend. It was fun, and I'm excited for a new one. A new one. A next one. As you can tell, I'm a little tired. But yeah. So that's that. And I'm sorry that this is a 13-minute video that you had to watch, but it's a lot easier than typing. So if you got this far, good for you. Email me, let me know what's going on at home, or if you're not home, whatever, let me know. I would love to hear from you, and I miss you all, I love you all, and yeah, I will be posting pictures soon enough. So yeah, love you.